One of the most common legal questions I'm asked is, do I need a will? It's a very simple question, but the answer depends on what type of person you are. We've devised a very simple test to see if you would benefit from writing a will. Here's the test. Choose which one describes you the best. Option A. I trust the government to know what's best for my property after I pass away, and I trust that they will distribute my property to my family members equally and fairly. Option B. I've worked hard for everything I own, and I want certain friends and family members to receive specific items with sentimental value after I pass away. If you chose option A, then congratulations! You've just saved a few minutes that you would have wasted thinking about writing a will, and you can stop watching now. In Texas, the law defines passing away without a valid will in place as intestacy. If you chose this option, you might benefit from a quick review of the laws regarding Texas intestate succession. This is to ensure that the government's decision for your property matches your own. You might find that it does not. We'll cover intestacy in a future video. If you chose option B, then I regret to inform you that you are going to have to set aside a few minutes of your day thinking about your will. You might be confused with my measurement of will writing in mere minutes. Don't worry, because I didn't misspeak. A will doesn't have to be a difficult thing to write. I'm certain that you could write a legally effective will for yourself without ever having to step inside of a lawyer's office. However, I wouldn't advise it. A will written wholly in your own handwriting is called a holographic will in Texas. However, you must take precautions in executing a holographic will to ensure it is valid. I wouldn't advise going at it alone. If you're anything like me, you're probably going to stop listening in the next 5 seconds and get started with writing a will. Trust me, I know how you feel, because I'm hard-headed and I like to figure things out on my own. Writing a will is more like baking a cake, where you put the ingredients in a pan, pop it in the oven, and 30 minutes later you get to see if you did everything right. Just like the cake, you only get one chance with a will, and if you forget one of the elements, then it reverts back to as if there had never been a will. Remember from earlier, no will means intestate succession, which means the government decides what happens to your property. The problem with an invalid will may never affect you, but it will absolutely affect your family and your friends who are left trying to piece together what you would have wanted. Again, if you chose option B and you're absolutely set on writing your own holographic will, at least do your friends and family a favor. Take it to an attorney for their opinion on whether or not it is valid according to Texas law. Therefore, what I recommend is speaking with an attorney about writing a simple will. A simple will isn't expensive. In fact, a simple will doesn't take much of your time or effort. Your attorney should be able to explain the necessary parts of a simple will. Your attorney can also describe the steps that you need to take to execute a simple will in a way that will stand firm after you've passed on. So pop a cake in the oven and spend that waiting time making a list of your most prized possessions, along with who should receive them. While that cake is cooling, call your estate planning attorney to arrange a consultation. If you know someone, especially a family member, who is considering a will, you can send them this video by clicking the share button below. If you found this video helpful, then you can let us know by just subscribing to our channel. Be sure to check out some of our other videos, and don't forget that we post new videos bi-weekly on Thursdays. If there's a topic that you want to see a video for, then tell us in the comments. From all of us here at Matthew Harris Law, we appreciate you watching.